Hello, my name is Oda and I'm also one-third of the Knock Knock audio trio, and today I'm going to talk a bit about some of my favorite things from Viewfinder that I got to do sound design for. Viewfinder is a game with so many different art styles. Every single special picture in the game has its own sound design to match the visual style or interactions that you can do with it. This one, for example, you can hear scribbly noises as you walk into it. I spent a lot of time figuring out what would be the best way to do sounds for each of the different art styles, because I wanted it to feel like a natural part of what you see. This one, for example, is an oil painting, but I didn't want to have yet another one with more painting sounds. So instead I decided to just make some nice nature sounds and mute the music to make a calm space. A lot of people don't really notice sound design, and some even claim they don't care about it, but I don't think that's true, because just the jump sound right here, I've seen so many faces light up from this little thing, and that would not happen if it didn't matter. The sounds in the game affect so much of what you feel when you play it. For this crayon drawing, the footsteps change to paper because you're walking on paper, and people do notice. There's so much attention to detail that goes into sound design that people don't recognize. And now we are entering a dungeon in some old school RPG of some sort. And here I wanted all the sounds to sound very crunchy and low quality. Now this is also a fun one. It's the jump power up picture. So the more of these you pick up, the higher you can jump. And the sound changes to match how much jump power you have. We unfortunately couldn't go on forever, but we can pick up one more. There's 4 variations in total. Then there's another favorite of mine, which is the Tomodachi. And the music that you hear is Mozart. I don't remember when or where I first heard it, but there's like rumors that playing classical music for plants make them grow, so that was a fun thing to add. The Impossible Triangle, probably the strangest sound design of them all. Each object that you can see floating has its own musical instrument kind of attached to it. The result is this spaced out musical ambience that I'm honestly very happy with. I'm not going to spoil where the entrance is, but you can walk into the Impossible Triangle. And as you go deeper, both the reverb and the ambience changes. And if you go all the way to the end, there's this strange tune that pitches up as you get closer. Some people seem to think that there's a puzzle or some other reason for this to be here, but honestly I was just having a fun day at work and experimenting with ideas. This next one is The Scream by Edvard Munch, who was a Norwegian painter. Now, the sound from this picture was not supposed to be what it is, but it went into the announcement trailer, so it stayed. I changed it up a little bit though, just to make it more fun, so if you copy them and place more, you are eventually going to have a screaming choir. And since Edvard Munch was Norwegian and I am Norwegian, I decided to add a conversation to the people on the bridge. So these are 2 of my friends just chatting about grabbing food later and being tired of walking up all the hills in Oslo. Now before I go, I also want to point out that you can write stuff on the blackboard. We spent a lot of time implementing the audio for this to make it sound as realistic as possible, so please use it. Viewfinder is already out on both Steam and PlayStation, so I hope you'll check it out, and thank you so much for watching. And remember to pet Kate.